And this violence comes just days after heavy fighting around Slavyansk following the Ukrainian presidential election. Troops from Kiev battled it out with pro-independence fighters near a hospital. Our correspondent Roza Kaza was caught up in the crossfire and filed this report.
The damage left by the artillery fire on Friday inside the dining hall of the regional psychiatric hospital of Slavyansk. Over 300 patients had been treated here, but on Monday the hospital's director ordered staff to evacuate the patients after artillery fire hit the compound several times in the last week.
Given the difficult situation that's now in city, we have the decision to relocate our patients to other psychiatric treatment hospitals in our region.
He told the staff they had Monday and Tuesday to evacuate. As we continued filming there, it became apparent opposition fighters had established one of their positions here. The medics told us they arrived about a week ago, perhaps prompting the shelling of the hospital compound by the Ukrainian side. We were caught in the next round that started at 5 p.m. local on Monday. We took cover under a stairwell as the artillery fire kept coming. The fighters told us we had to stay put to wait for a lull in the shelling. As soon as the mortars stopped dropping, they told us to run. They took us to their command point, assuring us that the thick walls of this old building were strong enough to withstand the shelling. The power and cell phone reception went out almost immediately. We waited as the artillery fire continued. The militiamen told us they were fighting back. They also said there were still patients and staff inside the compound. The shelling continued for over 2 hours. When another halt came, we were moved to one of the cellars with other civilians. In this unit, a dozen medics were still working when the artillery fire began. Their patients were still there too.
We still have 3 patients here. Because of the situation, their families didn't have time to pick them up.
They said they had come here at least 3 other times, with over 60 patients seeking cover in this cell alone.
It's a huge sin to do this to those of us who are already so vulnerable. They'll have to beg us for forgiveness for doing this to us for the rest of their lives.
It's about 10:30 p.m. local time. The medics and the patients have been inside this basement for 5.5 hours. And when the shelling started, the only thing they were able to take with them was this bucket of water. They weren't able to take any food or any other supplies. Although the fighting had died down, we stayed inside. It was still too dangerous, we were told, to leave the compound. The respite came in the morning, along with fresh evidence of the latest round of fighting. Roza Kaza, CCTV, Slavyansk.